everybody, Pat Miller here. I've been out in the studio this morning working on a little project on my Rose engine based on a video I saw from that Steve White had posted. Steve White and David Lindau are the guys that are have put together the Lindau White Rose engine, which is probably the most commonly or familiar Rose engine that's being produced today. Beautiful piece of equipment, his first cabin all the way around. Steve has put together some videos, tutorials on YouTube that are available for anybody to watch, and I have been looking through those. And one that I saw was he had used a set of gears from a Spirograph toy. If you recall, a Spirograph is a couple of gears inside of a geared framework, and you set that on top of a piece of paper and stick a pin in one of the holes, and you start moving the pin, and it starts to build these sequences of concentric circles and ovals that make some really beautiful patterns. And Steve's figured out how to put that on his Rose engine. I watched the video and figured out I can do that too, so that's what I've been working on. I've done a few designs on paper using just a pencil and a tool holder and then a paper chuck to hold a piece of paper, and very cool designs coming out of this. I haven't done it on wood yet, so that's what we're going to do today. So like my friend Ken says, let's go make some chips. Okay, this is kind of the business end of things that I've been talking about. I have intended and have not yet put together kind of a basic video on exactly what a Rose engine is and just what it does. There are a few videos out there. Many of them are pretty elaborate. I'm thinking maybe something a little more novice oriented, because that's really what I am. I'm just a guy that's made a Rose engine based on John McGill's excellent MDF Rose engine plans, and modified kind of to my liking, and I keep playing around with it. But a basic video would probably give you a little better idea if you're not familiar with how this thing works. But assuming you do have a rough idea, you can see right there that we've got the big gear from the Spirograph is sandwiched between a couple of pieces of hardwood flooring, or fake hardwood flooring. Makes pretty good material for that. It's tough, it's easy to work with, and it's relatively inexpensive. You can find scraps of it around building sites and contractors. So the big gear is sandwiched in between a couple pieces, and it's the pin has it indexed and locked into the drive wheel, so that'll drive the spindle. And then the gear that meshes with that's offset, you can see that's mounted into a modified cam follower holder. And you can see where that I've marked a couple of different spots on there with different colors, so I can find them again if I want to repeat something. That particular gear had probably 20 different holes in it, very tiny holes, and you can just keep changing and changing and changing. I sandwiched both those gears, or those gears, between a couple pieces of thin aluminum to give it some support, so I could mount it, and only opted to use a few of the holes spaced around there. So I'll flip this thing on. You can kind of see how it's how it actually is working, and you can kind of get a sense of the rocking motion that's coming with this combination. And then we'll go on and move things around. We'll do a little look from the other side. So let's flip it on here and watch it go. And you can see how that the one unfixed gear rotates around and changes its position, and you can also see how that rocking is being transmitted to the headstock. And if you look on the far end of the video, you'll see just a bit of the tool cutter frame. So when this is all going, that tool cutter will be spinning away, and the wood will be rocking back and forth, in and out, to and fro, whatever, as the wood cuts the pattern on, or the cutter cuts the pattern on the wood that you can just barely see an edge of on the chuck there. So that's kind of what it looks like when it's going. It's a nice tool. You can drink a lot of coffee watching it work, and I always like that. So let's move around to the other side and see how it works out. Okay, this is overhead cutting frame. I thought I'd show you that so that you can kind of see where the power for the cutter comes from. I'm just using my iPad for a video camera, so I apologize for all the shaking. But I'll bring it back down here and lock it in place. You can see that orange urethane belt come down right there is where it connects to the cutting frame. The cutting frame is based on, again, wood turners, wood artists, wood mechanical people tend to be really open about what they do and share their designs and how to build things. This is from a set of plans that Bill Ohms has available, again, on the internet for anyone to use. So I've made that, and what I'm going to do now, and you won't hear too much of me, you'll probably hear more motor than anything, but I'm going to turn on that cutter and get it spinning. Then I'll use the cross slide vise that you can see right there to bring it in contact with the wood. And then we'll flip on the, or actually I'll get that a little backwards. I'll turn on the spindle first, so that when the cutter makes contact with the wood, we'll be able to see that and be able to see a small pattern. And we'll do this in a series of, I'll bring the cutter in a little further each time until we get a pattern that's got the depth we're looking for, and we'll see what comes out of this. So I'll leave this running. I'm going to walk around here and play with some switches, and we'll see what happens. And I'll pop this out of the chuck. Get it here so you guys can take a look at it. So we can all take a look at it, actually. Pretty clean. I'll use a 3M radial bristle brush to clean that up, but I think you can see that that has produced a pretty cool pattern. So, hey, it worked. Thanks for watching.